Hello everyone, I am Karthik KV, lecturer of Royal Academy, Mangalore. Today I will discuss about quantitative section. So in that chapter 1, problem solving. Okay. So problem solving in first chapter we'll see one by one problems. So first problem, a machine manufactures notebook in a series of 5 colors. Okay, red, blue, black, white and yellow. After producing a notebook of one color from that series, it produces a notebook of the next color. Okay, so once 5 are produced, the machine repeats the same pattern. Okay, next, if the machine begins a day producing a red notebook and complete a day by producing a black notebook, how many notebook could have been produced in that particular day? So how to determine this type of, how to solve this type of problem? A machine manufactures notebook in a series of 5 different color. One manufacturing company produces 5 variety of color notebook it will produces. So what is the pattern? So pattern is red, blue, black, white and yellow. This is the pattern. So after producing red color notebook, it is produces blue color. Next after that black color, white color, yellow color. After completing yellow color notebook, again it is follows the same pattern. Again it is produces red color. Simultaneously it is producing the notebook. So producing a notebook of one color from that series, it produces a notebook of the next color. After producing red color notebook, it is produces blue color notebook. Once 5 are produced, after finished 5 color of notebook, again that pattern will be repeated. After completing 5 color of notebook, again that same pattern will be repeated. Okay, so in a machine begins with a day producing a red color. So one day it starts with the red color and completed with the black color notebook. Then how many notebook could have been produced in that particular day? So how to determine this type of problem? These are the option. So without option you can't find out the answer. So option is required. So with the help of this option you can find out and judge which option is correct. Okay, so starts with, this is a pattern actually, red, blue, black, white and yellow. This pattern is following. So after producing yellow color notebook, again it starts from red color. So in a particular day it starts with the red color and end with the black color. Black color is in which place? Third place. So that with this clue, so you can determine which option is correct. Okay, so how to determine? So you should divide it by 5. For option you divided by 5. Why? Because total 5 variety of color book it will produces, that company will produces. So that all option you divided by 5, and which option gives the remainder is 3. 3 is nothing but, why? Because that black color notebook is in third place. So that which option gives the remainder is 3, that option is correct. Why? Because starts with the red color. In a particular day it starts with the red color and completed in a day producing a black color notebook. So which option you divided, this option divided by 5, and which option gives the remainder is 3. Why? Because the black is in third option. So the which option gives remainder is 3, that is your correct answer. So which option is correct? So 75 is exactly divisible by 5, and along with that 3 is a remainder. So that 78 is the correct answer. Why? Because so starts with the red color and end with the black color. So that how many notebook could have been produced in that day? Which option is correct? Option is E is correct. That is 78. Why? Because remainder is, you will get 3. 3 is in a particular day it ends with black color. I hope all of you understood this type of problem. We'll see next type of problem. Next problem, Yusuf leaves X blocks from his office. X blocks, we don't know how much X. Okay, so it takes him 1 minute per block to walk. Okay, so 1 minute is required if he travels by walk from one block to another block. Okay, so and 20 seconds per block to ride his bicycle to work. Okay, then if it takes him exactly 10 minutes more to work than to ride his bicycle. Then find x equal to. So x is nothing but, so he is living in one block. Okay, so and he want to go from his house to office. So but we have to calculate how many blocks is there in between the house as well as work. Okay, so how many blocks is there in between house as well as work, that we have to determine. That is nothing but x. Okay, that is nothing but x. So if he travels by walk, then he required how much? 1 minute to travel from one block to another block. 1 minute to travel from one block to another block. Okay, so if he travels by bicycle, so how much minute is required? 20 seconds is required to travel from one block to another block. Okay, so if he travels by walk, he is required 1 minute travel from one block to another block. So if he travels by bicycle, he is needed 20 seconds from one block to another block. If it takes him exactly 10 more minutes, so if he travels by walk, if he travels by walk from home to work, he is required some minutes. Okay, so along with that, if he travels by bicycle, it is also some more minutes is required. That difference between the walk and bicycle is 10 more minutes. It is nothing but 10 minutes. So difference between the walk and bicycle is 10 minutes. Then find out how many blocks is there in between office to work, office to home. So this is the option. So first follows the option. So these are the options. So how to determine this type of problems? So Yusuf, 10 more minutes to walk than its bicycle. Okay, starts with the D. So D is 15. Okay, if Yusuf lives 15 blocks. Okay, if Yusuf there is a 15 blocks in between the home to office. So home to office, then it could be 15 minutes. So if he travels by walk, so he need how much? 1 minute per block. 1 minute per block. So that 15 minutes is required. 15 minutes is required for walk. And if he travels by bicycle, so how many minutes is required? If it is 15 blocks in between the office to work, so how many minutes is required? 5 minutes is required. 5 minutes. So how to find out? So 20 seconds is required per block. 20 seconds per block is nothing but in 1 minute he can travel 3 blocks. 1 minute he can travel 3 blocks. So 3 block is nothing but 5 minutes. How much? 15 blocks. 1 minute 3 block. 5 minutes is how much? 15 block. So how much minute is required if he travels by bicycle to 15 blocks? 5 minutes is required. 5 minutes. Then that is the difference between the walk to bicycle or walk to bicycle. So which mean, so if he travels, if it is 15 blocks, if he travels by walk, he is required how much minutes? 15 minutes is required. If he travels by bicycle for 15 blocks, how much minutes is required? 5 minutes. Difference of this walk to bicycle is how much? 15 minus 5, 10 minutes. That is exactly matches to your questions. Okay, so a 10 minutes difference is exactly what you were looking for. So which option is correct? Option is D is correct. So that is nothing but 15. Okay, I hope all of you understood. So x blocks we have to find out. It takes him 1 minute per block. Okay, if we want to travels from one block to another block, how much minute is required? 1 minute is required if he travels by walk. Okay, if he travels by bicycle, how much minute is required? 20 seconds is required per block. Okay, so if it takes him exactly 10 minutes, the difference between walk to bicycle is difference is 10 minutes. Okay, so then find out how many blocks is there in between work to home. Okay, these are the option. So with the help of this option you can determine. As it Yusuf 10 more minutes is required to bike. Okay, so if it leaves 15 blocks, so 15 blocks is nothing but, if we consider he is living in 15 blocks, 15 blocks. So if he travels by walk, how many minutes is required? 15 minutes. Why? Because one block per 1 minute. Okay, so if he travels by bicycle, 20 second per block. So 20 second is nothing but 20 into 3 is nothing but 3 block he can travel in 1 minute. So 15 block, how many minutes? 15 is nothing but 5 minutes. Okay, 3 block 1 minute, 1 minute he can travel 3 block. So 15 block, how many minutes? So you can determine that is nothing but 5 minutes. So take difference 15 minus 5, then you will get 10 minutes. So exactly that will be matches to your question. So answer is 15. That is nothing but D option. So likewise you directly go for the option, then only you can answer for the question. We'll see the next problem. So next one, a book club rented a party room of a local restaurant to meet and discuss its current novel over the dinner. The total charge including food and service was 867.50. This is a total charge they rented. Okay, if each members of the club paid at least 42 members, at least each members of a club, they should pay 42 rupees minimum. Okay, $42 is minimum. So more than that they can pay, but less than should not pay. Okay, then what is the greatest possible number of members in a club? So you have to find out the greatest possible number of members in that particular club. So one club rented a party room of a local restaurant to meet and discuss purpose. They rented a room, and also along with that dinner. The total charge of the rented club is how much? 867.50. This is a total charge of the club. If each members of a club paid to 42 rupees, the 42 rupees is a minimum charge for each of the members. Then you have to find out, within this you should find out the total number of members present in that club. So how to determine? Directly go for the option. These are the option. So first you should consider 21. Okay, so 21. So if it is 20, okay, you directly consider the 20. So 20 is nothing but, so 21 into how much? 21 into each member they have to pay how much? $42. Each member they have to pay 42 rupees. So 42 into 21 is how much? 882. Oh, 882. That charge is more than this one. That charge is more than this one. So 21 option is wrong answer. Okay, 21 answer is wrong answer. Why? Because each member they have to pay 42 rupees. Okay, more than that, yes, if someone members, they can pay more than that 42, but each member should pay how much? 42 members. Okay, so just consider 20 option. So 42 into 20 is how much? 840 rupees. Okay, 840 rupees. That is not exactly matches to 867.50, but if it is taken 21 members, that is more than 867. So each member they have to pay 42 rupees. So that this option is correct, 20. So some in that 20 members in a club, some members may pay more than 42 rupees. So they can pay more than 42 rupees, but not eligible to pay less than 42 rupees. That is your option. So if it is, if we 42 into 21, if you choose 21, that is more than this amount. So each member should pay 42 rupees, not less than 42 rupees. So that this option is correct. So 20 option is correct. In that 20 members, some members can pay more than 42 rupees. So it is 840. So that some members can pay more than 42 rupees. That will match us to 867.50. So in here it is more than what the amount of that club. So that this option is not correct. So which option is correct? Option is B is correct. Option B is correct. I hope all of you understood. So in that question, so each member they have to pay 42 rupees. That your sentence is very important. Now no one should pay less than 42 rupees. So if you consider 21 members, in some members they have to pay less than 42 rupees. Why? Because that amount is less than a here you will get more amount, so that some members have to pay less than 42 rupees. So that is not possible. Why? Because as per the problems, if each members of the club paid at least 42 rupees, they have to pay. Okay, so which option is correct? Option B is correct. So next problem, a team won 50% of its first 60 game. 50%, a team won 50% of its first 60 game. The 50% of 60 game is how much? 30 games he won. Okay, in a particular season, and 80% of its remaining game. 80% of its remaining game. The remaining game we don't know how much. That we have to find out. So, okay, if the team won total 60% of its game that season, okay, total 60% won. Okay, what was the total number of games that the team played? So that we have to find out. So first half and second half. The first half, in that 60 games he won how much? 50%. Second half games we don't know, but in that second half games 80% he won. Okay, 80% of the games he won. Okay, so average of first half as well as second half is how much? How much percentage he won? 60% of its game in that season they won. Okay, 60% they won. What was the total number of games that the team played? That we have to find out. Total number of first half plus second half total games is how much? And that percentage is given. That 1% is how much? Total average is 60% game he won, along with that first half as well as second half. In that case also you directly go for the option. So 180 is nothing but, so first half is how much? 60. Second half is how much? 180 minus 60. That is nothing but what? How much? 120 games. So 120, 80% of 120 games is how much? That along with that 60% 60 games, 50% of 60 game is nothing but 30 games. So club together, then final answer you should get how much? 60%. So total is 90. Consider this one. Okay, so consider is this one. So 90. So likewise you should calculate for the each option. Try for each options. I will directly go for the third option, that is total is 90. So 90 is nothing but first half is given, already given. First half is how much? 60 games, and second half is how much? If you choose 90 game is nothing but what was the total number of games that team played. So here given the total number of games, so I will directly go for the third option. Third option is 90. So 90 is nothing but first half is 60 and second half is 30. Okay, so next 50% of 60 games is nothing but how much? 30%, 30 game. Okay, so 50% of its first 60 game is nothing but 30 games he won in the first series. In the first series he won how much? 50% of 60 is nothing but 30 games. Second season, in a particular season 80% of its remaining game we don't know, but as per the option we chosen 90 is nothing but 60 is already over, remaining is how much? 30. 80% of 30 is how much? 80% of 30 is 24 games. 80% of 30 is 24 games. Then 30 games in the first half and second half is how much? 24 games. 80% of 30 remaining game is nothing but 24 games. So how much? 24, 30 plus 24 is 54 games. Out of how much? 50. Total he won how much? 54 games out of 90 games. Out of 90, 54 games wins out of 90 games. So 54 divided by 90 into 100. Convert this into percentage, you will get 60%. That if the team won a total of 60% of its game in that season, here this answer should matches to this answer. Here given 60% of the of its games that season. Okay, so that this answer should matches to this answer. So which option is correct? Option C is correct. Option C is correct. 54 divided by 90 into 100 is nothing but you will get 60% of its games that season. What was the total number of games that the team played? So total number of team that played is how much? 90. If you choose a 90, so first half is 60, second half is 30, and 50% of the first half is nothing but 50% of the 60 game is 30 games. 80% of the remaining game is 30, so that is 24. So 30 plus 24 is how much? 54. So convert 54 out of how much? 90. So you will get 60 percentage. This 60 percentage is matches to this one. So you can conclude that this third option is correct. We'll see the next problem. So next problem is a local restaurant recently renovated its dining space, purchasing new tables and chairs to use in addition to the original table and chairs. The new tables each seat 6 customers capacity. New table capacity is 6 customer, while the original table seat capacity is 4 customers. Altogether, the restaurant now has 40 tables and it's capable of seating is 220 customer. How many more new tables than original table does the restaurant have? So local restaurants recently renovated the dining table. Okay, renovated the dining table. The purchasing new table capacity is how much? 6 members. Okay, new table capacity is 6 member, while the original table seat capacity is 4 members. So all together, so total is how much? Total capacity, how much table is there? 40 table. In that we don't know how much is new, how much is old, and total capacity, seating capacity is 220. Okay, 220 is the total seating capacity. And how many more new table? So new table minus old table you have to find out. So how many more new tables than original table? So new table minus original table, that is your option. These are the different options. So based on the option you can find out. So based on this question you just find out the answer. So how to find out? New table each seat capacity is how much? 6 customer. New table each seat capacity is 6 customer, and old table each seat capacity is 4 customer. Okay, so total capacity of a particular restaurant is how much? 220 capacity. Okay, next so consider 30. So here option is there, right? So 30, 20, 10, 10. So you just assume any number. Okay, any number. So you can take 20 and 20, any number you can take. Finally you have to find out how many more new table minus old table. New table minus old table you have to find out. So I will consider first. So 30 as a new table, 30 as a new table, and 10 as a old table. Why? Because total table capacity is 40. So in that ratio only you should choose. So I will take 30 as a new table and 10 as a old table. Okay. So 30 new table, the each new table capacity is how much? 6 customers. So that 30 into 6, how much? 180 customer. 180 customer. And old 10 is old table. Why? Because total capacity is 40. 30, if you choose a new table 30, then choose old table is 10. Okay, so or else if you choose 20 as a new table and 20 as a old table. Why? Because total capacity of the table is 40, along with that total number of customer is 220 customers. Okay, so I will choose 30 as a new table. 30 as, this is trial and error method you should choose. So first you should take 10 20 10 30 or 20 20 30 10, like that only you should choose based on the option. Okay, I will choose 30 as a new table. 30 into 6. Why? Because new table capacity, each seat capacity is 6 customer. So 30 into 6 is nothing but 180 customers, and remaining 40 minus 30 is remaining is how much? 10. 10 is a old table. 10 is a old table. So that 10 into, so old table capacity is how much? 4. So 10 into 4 is nothing but 40 customer. So 180 plus 40 is how much? 220. That is exactly matches to your answer. Okay, so 180 customer plus 40 customer, that is 220 customers. Okay, so till now you should you should follow the trial and error method to get 220 customers. Then after that, so 180 plus 40 is nothing but 220, that is exactly matches to here. Then find out new table minus old table is how much. New table is how much? 30 is a new table, and old table is how much? 10. So your answer is 20. So which option is correct? Option B is correct. Okay, new table minus old table, your answer. So new table is how much? 30. Old table is how much? 10. Then you will get 20 as a answer. So 20 is nothing but B option is correct. We'll see the next problem. So next problem is, if 4y minus 4x divided by z minus x is equal to 2, then 2 into z minus x divided by z minus y is how much? So these are the options. So how to determine? So in that you should just assume the value of x, y as well as z. So first case you should assume the value of x, y, z. So any value you can choose from here. Okay, any value you can choose and find out that final answer you should get 2. Then same x, y, z value just substitute here and find out the answer. These are the option. So you should find out the answer of this one. So first assume the value of x, y, z and find out, you should get the answer is how much? 2. Okay, after assuming you should get the answer, you should get answer 2. So same value x, y, z, then substitute to this equation. So how much answer you are getting, that you have to find out. So I will choose x is equal to 1. Okay, y is equal to 2, z is equal to 3. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, z is equal to 3. So just substitute. So just substitute to this equation. So 4 into 2, 4 into y is nothing but y is equal to 2 minus 4 into x, 4 into 1 divided by z is how much? Z is 3 minus x is how much? 1. 3 minus 1. So you will get answer is 2. Answer is 2. So you will get the answer. Then same value, same this x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, z is equal to 3. This will satisfy the first condition. This will satisfy the first equation. Then same value x, y, z value you just substitute to this equation. Then you will get the answer. The answer is, you will get 4. So which option is correct? Option E is correct. So first satisfy the this equation by assuming x, y, z. So after satisfy the condition, so after satisfy condition is nothing but you should get answer 2. Okay, after assuming x, y, z, you just substitute to here this equation, you should get the answer 2. After satisfying first equation, then same value just substitute to here, then you should find out the answer. So which from that which option is correct, that you have to find out. Next problem. Dishan set aside some of its saving to make charitable donation. If he gives 1/8 of the money to charity A and 1/5 of the remainder to the charity B. So remainder. So first if he gives 1/8 of the money to the charity A and 1/5 of the remainder to the charity B. Okay, so what is the fraction of the original amount that he set aside does Dishan have left to distribute to other charity? So that you have to find out. This is the fraction. So that is nothing but, so how much does Dishan have left to distribute to other charities? So after after gives charity A as well as charity B, so how much money he is remaining, that you have to find out. This is the option, this is the fraction. Okay, so how to find out? So first one is the 1/8 portion of this Dishan gives to charity A becomes how much? So that you have to find out. So how to take this value? This value is nothing but the common denominator, 1/8 plus 1/5. So 1/8 plus 1/5. So that you are getting like this. Plus 1 by 5. So you are getting, so common denominator 8 5s are 40, 8 5s are 40. So 40 is the common denominator, 40 is the common denominator. That 40 you have to take. Why? Because that number should be divisible by both 1 by 8 as well as 1 by 5. So I will choose the number of 40 here. Okay, one number of 40. So that is nothing but 40 divided by 8. So you will get how much? 5. So is nothing but he donated 5 money. Okay, 1 by 8 of the money to the charity A. So is nothing but 5 he pay for the charity A, and his donation to charity B is not 1 by 5 of but rather than 1 by 5 of the remainder. So how to find out remainder? So 5 is already paid. 5 rupees is already paid for the charity A. So how to find out the remainder money? Remainder is nothing but 40 minus 5. That is nothing but 35. 40 minus 5 is nothing but 35. So 35 divided by 5. So 35 divided by 5 is nothing but 7. Okay. So 7 is paid for the charity B. Okay. So next 40 minus 5 minus 7. So 40 is the actual amount. In that, first 5 rupees is paid for the charity A, and 7 rupees is paid for the charity B. So remainder is how much? 28. Remainder is how much? 28. So 28 out of how much? Out of 40. So that is nothing but 7 by 10. So 7 by 10 is usually the fraction of the original amount that he set aside does Diwan have left to distribute to other charity. So remainder amount is how much? 7 by 10. So which option is correct? Option D is correct. 7 by 10. So first 40 rupees he is having. So how we taken 40? That is a common denominator that should be exactly divisible by both number. So that we chosen 40. So 40 divided by 8. 8 is nothing but in that 40 rupees he 5 rupees he pay for the charity A, and the remainder 1 by 5 of the remainder is how to find out? 40 minus 5 is nothing but 35. So 35 divided by 5 he's pay for the that is nothing but 7 rupees he's pay for the charity B. So how much money he is remaining with him? So 40 minus 40 is actual amount minus 5. 5 is nothing but charitable trust A, and 7 rupees he pay for the charitable trust B. So remainder amount is how much? 28 out of 40 rupees. So how much fraction he is having right now? So that is nothing but 7 by 10 fraction. Which option is correct? Option D is correct. Next one, during a sale, a store sells 20% of its remaining stock each day without replacement. After 4 days, what fraction of its original stock has it sold? Okay, so how to find out this type of problem? So this is during a sale, a store sells 20% of its remaining stock each day. So each day, how much percentage he sold? 20% of the remaining item. Okay, so after 4 days, so continuously he is sell for 4 days. After that, how much fraction original stock has been sold? So how much fraction of item will be sold? You have to find out. This is a fraction. So this is a fraction. Based on this, so you have to choose the answer. So here the denominator, you just see the denominator, which one is highest? 625. 3 times it is coming, so that you take that 625 as a one number. Okay, 625 as a number. So 20% of 625 total item is, you just consider. Why? Because the denominator is in 625 more answer, so that just consider 625 is the total having goods. Okay, total number of item is how much? 625. In first day, how much amount of item he sold? 20% of the 625. How much? 125 items he sold. So similarly, you have to find out for 4 days. first day starts with the 625 and sold is how much? 125 items. Remaining item is how much? 500 item in a first day. Second day, so remaining item is 500, starts with the 500 item. So 20% of 500 is how much? How much amount of item he sold? So 100 item he sold. So remaining is how much? 400. In third day he is having 400 items. So in that 400 items, 20% of 400 is how much? 80 is sold. 80 item is sold. So remaining is how much? 400 minus 80, that is nothing but 320. 400 minus 80 is nothing but 320. So 320 for the fourth day. So 20% of 320 is how much? 64. 320 minus 64 is how much? 256. So how much amount is remaining? So how much item is remaining? That is nothing but 256. So what is asking? What fraction of its original stock has been sold? So how much solding percentage you have to find out. So solding percentage is nothing but you have to add all this value, you will get one answer, divided by this original stock you have to find out. So or else one more thing you can do it. So total original item is how much? 625 is the original item, minus the remaining item, you will get the sold item you will get, that is nothing but 369. 369 divided by total item 625, that is your answer. That is E option. Option E is correct. I hope all of you understood. So one store sells 20% of its remaining stock. So that is nothing but we don't know how much item he is having. So based on this option you choose 625 he is having total item. Okay, so total item he is having how much? 625. In that first day how much he sell? So how much he sell? 20% of the item. So 20% is nothing but 125 item he sell. Remaining item is how much? 500. How much? How to find out? 625 minus 125. Remaining item is 500. So second day starts with the 500. So 20% of 500. How much? 100 item sell. So remaining is how much? 500 minus 100 is 400. Third day is also same. Fourth day is also same. So total remaining item is how much? 256 out of 625. But you have to find out how much stock has been sold. So how to find out? So 625 minus 256, 369 items were sold. So in 4 days, 369 items were sold out of 625. So 369 divided by 625. Which option is correct? Option D, option E is correct. Next question. In a bicyclist in motion increases his speed by 30% and then increases his speed by 10%. What percent of the original speed is the total increase in speed? So you have to find out the total increasing percentage. So how to find out total increasing percentage? First increase by 30%, then further increase by 10%, then you have to find out the total increasing percentage. So this is the total increasing percentage. So how to find out? For percentage problem, if it is not given any value, you should choose the 100 as the original value. 100 as a original value. Why? Because the percentage you have to multiply into 100. Okay, so that you take the value, take speed is 100. So initial speed is how much? 100. Okay, next. So first the speed is increased by how much? 30%. So 30% of 100 is how much? 30. Okay, now after increasing speed so to 30%, so the total speed is how much? 130%. 130%. First initial speed is 100. That is, you just assume for the percentage problem. For the percentage problem, that is common. You should just assume the speed, initial speed is 100. Then 30% of initial speed is how much? So that is, so you will get 130. So 130. So after that, after increasing to 130 speed, then again increases to 10%. So 10% of 130 is how much? 13. 10% of 130 is how much? 13. So 130 plus 13 is how much? 140, 143, 143. So next you just subtract from initial speed. 143 minus 100, that is nothing but 43. So 43 percentage is total increasing percentage. So that is 43 is the correct answer. That is nothing but increasing percentage. Here they are asking also same thing. Now how much percentage is increase in speed? That is nothing but 43%. I hope all of you understood. Initially you should take 100 as the initial speed, then 30% of 100 is how much? 30. So then you just add to the original speed. 100 plus 30 is nothing but 130. So 10% of 130 is 13. So then 130 plus 13 is nothing but 143. 143 you just subtract to initial speed, then you will get the increased speed. So which option is correct? Option third is correct. Option C is correct. Next one. A driver delivered food from a restaurant to a customer home by way of a certain route. Okay, certain route. If a driver then completed 20% of the return trip by way of the same route, so same route, before the delivery vehicle broken down, what percent of the round trip did the driver complete? So how to determine this type of problem? A driver delivered a food from a restaurant to the customer home. Okay, so customer home, the he is delivered from restaurant to the customer home by way of a certain route. So certain route he is traveling and delivered the food. If the driver then completed 20% of the return trip, 20% of the return trip, so he is completed the one way. After that 20% he is returned, but in a return 20 after 20% what happens? Same route, before the delivery vehicle broken down, the delivery vehicle will be broken down. So he is one way, he is already traveled to the customer restaurant to customer home, then return he just traveled 20%. After that the vehicle will be broken. Okay, what percent of the round trip did the driver completed? So total how much percentage he completed? So how that we have to find out. So how to find out this type of problem? So percentage problem, I already told you have to take 100. So 100, that is the total miles, round trip total miles. So one way is how much? 50 miles. One way is how much? 50 miles. So that is the total trip. Total trip is 100 miles. So one way trip is how much? 50 miles. Okay, so next, so one way trip he already completed. Second, return trip he traveled just 20%. So 20% of remaining miles is how much? Total is 100. One way is already completed. Second remaining is 20% of 50 is how much? 10 miles. He traveled just 10 miles. Okay, so how much percentage he traveled? Then 50 miles he already traveled one way. Return trip only 20% is nothing but 10 miles. So 50 plus 10 is how much? 60 miles he traveled. So 60, then find out the percentage, how much he traveled in that vehicle. So that you have to find out. That is nothing but 60 miles divided by total miles is how much? 100. In that is nothing but 60% into 100. That option is there, into 100, that is nothing but you will get 60%. When we have to convert the fraction into percentage, you have to multiply into 100. So you will get in percentage, that is nothing but 60%. So 60% that vehicle is traveled while the delivery the food from the restaurant to customer. Okay, so which option is correct? Option C is correct. Next, Sophia runs a business delivering boxes of frequently used household supplies to monthly subscribers. After hiring a workflow manager, she delivered 20% more boxes per month while working 20% fewer hours herself each month. Hiring a workflow manager increasing Sophia personal productivity per hour by what percentage? That you have to find out. So these are the percentage. Sophia runs a business delivering boxes of frequently used household supplies to monthly subscribers. So to monthly subscriber, after hiring a workflow manager, she delivers 20% more boxes per month while working 20% fewer hours. So how to find out? So boxes deliver, so percentage problem, so that they are not given the value, so you should take 100. So box delivered is how much? 100. So hours required, that is also 100. So boxes per hour, that is nothing but 100 divided by 100, that is nothing but 1. So after that, after hiring a workflow manager, she delivers 20% more boxes, 20% more boxes. So 20% more boxes is nothing but 20% of 100, that is nothing but 120. 120, it is increases to 20% more boxes per month while working 20% fewer hours. Fewer is nothing but less hours, so requirement is less hours, so that 100 minus 20 hours is required less, that is nothing but 80. Then you have to find out the boxes per hour, that is nothing but 120 divided by 80, that is nothing but 1.5. Okay, so the difference you have to find out, 1.5 minus 1, that is difference, change in difference is how much? 0.5. So that is nothing but the percentage change is nothing but 0.5 divided by 1 into 100 is nothing but 50% is changes. 50% is changes. So I hope all of you understood this type of problem. Sophia runs a business delivering boxes. Before that there is no workflow manager. Okay, so boxes delivery supply to subscribers. So boxes delivered 100. So for percentage problem you directly take the value as 100, and hours required is also 100. So 100 boxes per hour is how much? 100 divided by 100, that is nothing but 1. So after hiring a workflow manager, the delivered 20% more boxes, that is nothing but 120, and requirement hour is 20 hours fewer is nothing but less, so 80 hours. 100 minus 20 is nothing but 80. So then boxes per hour is 120 divided by 80 is nothing but 1.5. So after hiring workflow manager, so what is the changes happens? That is nothing but 1.5 minus 1, that is nothing but 50. 0.5. So how much percentage is changes after hiring workflow manager? So that is nothing but 50%. That is nothing but amount change. The percentage change is equal to amount of change divided by base amount into 100. So that is nothing but 0.5 is a changes amount of change is 0.5 divided by base amount is 1 into 100. You have to, in case if you want to convert that fraction into percentage, you have to multiply into 100, then you will get the percentage. So which option is correct? Option B is correct. So next problem, if n is not equal to 1, j is not equal to 0, and k is not equal to 0, and m is not equal to 0, and if n is equal to, this is the equation, jkm divided by jk plus jm plus km, then 1 by 1 minus 1 by n minus 1 you have to find out, that is equal to what? So how to find out this type of problem? So n is nothing but this equation. So first assume the value of jkm. Okay, so and you have to determine the value of n, then you can find out the value here, then same value jkm you just substitute, and which option gives the same value, same whatever value you are getting here, same value you should get here. Okay, so that your option, which option gives same answer. So first I will choose j as 2, k as 2, m as 2. Why? Because you can choose any value you can choose. Why? Because that restricted value is what? N should not get 1. Why? Because n is not equal to 1 and j is not equal to 0. So 0 you should not take, and k is also should not take 0. M is also you should not take 0. And other than this value you can choose any value. Okay, so I will choose j as 2, k as 2 and m as 2. Okay, just substitute here, then you will get the value of n is how much? That is 8 by 12. Simplify, after simplify you will get 2 by 3. that is the value of n, that is the value of n. Okay, just substitute, just assume the value of jkm, then substitute to this equation, then you will get the value of n as 2 by 3. Okay, then here n minus 1, how much you are getting? N minus 1 is nothing but 2 by 3 minus 1, you will get minus 1 by 3, 1 by 3. Then what is the equation? 1 by n minus 1. So n minus 1 you already determined, that is nothing but minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 3 is nothing but 2 by 3, 2 by 3 minus 1. So that is nothing but here 2 by 3 minus 1. So that is nothing but n minus 1. You will get minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3. Okay, that is minus 1 by 3. So after find out n minus 1, you just substitute to this equation, 1 divided by n minus 1. So 1 divided by minus of 1 by 3, you will get this 3 goes to numerator and minus sign as it is. Why? Because plus into minus, minus only, minus 3. So this answer you should get minus 3. Then same value, same whatever value here chosen, j is 2, k is 2, m is 2, same value you substitute to this option. Which option gives this answer? Which option gives minus 3 as an answer? Just check and choose for the option. So I will choose which option? So I will take this as a second option. Okay, jk. So I will choose second option. So and substitute the value, whatever value I chosen here, same value I just substitute here, and 2 all 2, and you will get the same answer. This answer should matches to this answer. So here also you will get minus 3, and if you substitute the value to this option, you will get minus 3 only. So which option is correct? Option B is correct. Next question. In 15 minutes, Jyoti can read P pages, okay, of her economics book. Okay, in 15 pages, Jyoti can read P pages. We don't know the value of P. So you can take any value, any value. How many minutes will it take her to read R pages? R pages of her marketing book. One is economics book and one is marketing books. So economics book is denoted by P and a marketing book is denoted by R pages. If she reads both books at the same rate, so same rate is nothing but in 15 minutes if he reads 30 pages, so in 30 minutes economics marketing book she reads how much? Example, so in 15 minutes economics book he reads 10 pages. In 30 minutes marketing book how much? 20 pages. So that rate is same. So rate is same. So the reading rate of a book is same for economics as well as marketing. Then find out which expression is same. Which expression is same. So you have to choose the value. You have to choose the value for P as well as R. Then find out. So then find out how many minutes will it take her to read R pages of her marketing book. So R pages of her marketing book. So you have to find out the minute. Then that same value P as well as R, you have to substitute the following option, and which option matches to this answer. I will tell you. Now the plug in P is equal to 5. I will choose P as 5 and R is 10. So is nothing but if in 15 minutes if she reads economics books for 5 pages and marketing book is 10 pages, how many minutes? You have to determine how many minutes. So for 15 minutes 5 pages and rate is same. So if she reads both books at same rate, so rate is same, so that for 15 minutes 5 pages, 10 pages is how much? So that is nothing but 30 minutes. That is nothing but 30 minutes. So same value P is 5 and R is equal to 10. You substitute the following equation, and which option gives as an answer 30. That is your answer. I hope all of you understood. If she read both the books at same rate, so that, so for 15 minutes you can choose any value p as, I will take p as 5 and r is 10. So for 15 minutes 5 pages, and how many minutes, for 10 pages, like this. For 15 minutes 5 pages, how many minutes for 10 pages. You can choose any value, cross multiply, you will get 30 as the answer. 30 is the answer. Then same value p as well as r you just substitute to following equation, you will get the answer. Okay, so I will choose this 15r by p. So 15 into 10 divided by 5, you will get 30 is the answer. So this 30 is matches to this answer. So option B is correct. Option B is correct. Next question. To raise money for a charity, we volunteers each pledge to contribute an equal portion of the total goal of D dollars. That all are unknown here. So V volunteers is also unknown and D dollar is also unknown. If our volunteers join the fundraising campaign and agree with the original volunteers to contribute equally to the goal. Okay, so how much less must each original donor give? So these are the option. Here also same thing. You just assume the value of VR and find out the how much less must each original donor have to give. First to find out, then that answer should match us to this following option. Which option answer should match us? You have to find out. Okay. So first I will take V is equal to 3 and R is equal to 2. So V is nothing but what? V is the volunteers. Okay, V is the original volunteer. V is the volunteers, original volunteer, and R is nothing but what? If R more volunteers, so more original volunteer plus more volunteer is how much? 2. Okay, R is 2. Total volunteer is how much? Original volunteer is 3 and R more volunteer is joined. So total volunteer is how much? 5 volunteer. Okay, so then what happens? So you 5 volunteers, and so then you have to find out D. So how to determine D? So D is nothing but you choose a value of D in such a way that should be divisible by both original volunteer as well as total volunteer. So I will just multiply 3 into 5, that is nothing but 15. 15 is a D. So D is nothing but total dollar we have to give, okay, to the charitable trust. Okay, so next, so the chosen of D in such a way that should be divisible by both original volunteer as well as total volunteer. So that is nothing but 15. So 15 divided by 3 is nothing but only original volunteers. So original volunteer is how much they are initially, they have to only original volunteer is how much? 3. So they each member they have to pay is how much? 5. So 5 5 5, then they have to reach the dollars, D dollars. Okay, so 3 members have to pay $5. Each members they have to pay $5. Then it is reaches to D dollars. D dollar is nothing but $15. Okay, so after that, if it is increased to 5 volunteers, then what happens? Each member have to pay how much? $3. Each member they have to pay for $3. Then take the difference. If it is original volunteers only, they have to they are only 3 members. Each member they have to pay $5. If it is increased volunteers plus 2, total volunteer is how much? 5 volunteers. Then each member have to pay how much? $3. Then take the difference of original amount minus new amount, that is nothing but 5 minus 3. How much the extra they have to how much save money? If the volunteer is increased, $2 is saved per person. If the volunteer is increases from 3 to 5, that is your answer. This is your final answer, that 2 is the final answer. So which option gives the answer? So So I think this option, so this option is correct. So option C is correct. So just substitute D is 15 and R is 2 and divided by V is 3 square plus V is 3 and R is 2. Just substitute, you will get the same answer. So option C is correct. In this way you have to find out. I hope all of you understood. So to raise money for a charity, we volunteers, initially the volunteer is original. V is nothing but original volunteer. So I will choose original volunteer as 3, and raising volunteer, after that some more volunteer is added. That raising volunteer is how much? 2. So the total volunteer after adding this raising volunteer, how much? 5 volunteers. So then find out D. The D you have to choose in such a way that that should be divisible by both original volunteer as well as total volunteer. So I will directly multiply 5 into 3, 15. The 15 is divisible by both 3 as well as 5. Okay, so 15 is both divisible by 3 as well as 5. So I will choose $15 for a D. Okay, so D as 15. Then initially 15 divided by 3, so that is nothing but original volunteer, they have to pay 5, is nothing but each member they have to pay $5 to reach to get D dollars, then that volunteer is increased to 2, is nothing but total volunteer is how much? 5. So 15 divided by 5 is nothing but each member they have to pay $3 after increasing the member of volunteer. After increasing the members of volunteer, they have to pay 3. So what is the difference? Initially they have to pay 5, then after increasing the volunteer, they have to, each member they have to pay 3. So difference is how much? 5 minus 3, you will get 2. So final answer you should get how much? 2. So just substitute the value of V, R as well as D to the following equation. Then which option gives the same answer? Just to find out. Okay. Next question. If integer A and B are different factors of 30. Distinct is nothing but different factors of 30. Which of the following cannot be a factor of 30? Which of the following cannot be a factor of 30? So this is 3 different equation is given. So which equation is not a factor of 30? That you have to find out. So how to find out? So the factor of 30 is nothing but which one? 1 is a factor of 30, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, 30. These are the factors of 30, this number. Okay, which of the following cannot be a factor of 30? So just choose the value of A as well as B. Any value you can choose. So but the A and B, the different factors of 30. In that value, you can choose any value as A and any value of B. But 2A and B should not be same. Okay, why? Because they mention the different value. A and B should be different value of a factor of 30. Okay, so I will choose A as 1 as well as B as 2. Okay, so this is the two factors of 30 only. A and B are the two different factors of 30. A as 1 and B as 2. Okay, next. So first one, AB into, just substitute to this equation. What happens? 1 into 2 plus 2 square is equal to 6. So just to check, 6 is a factors of 30. Whether it is a factor of 30? Yes, it is a factor of 30. It is a factor of 30. But here what is asking? Which of the following cannot be a factor of 30? So 6 is a factor of 30. So not possible. This is not a correct answer. First is not a correct answer. Why? Because 6, you will get the 6 answer. 6 is a factor of 30. Next option. Just substitute the value of A as well as B. A is 1 and B is 2. Just substitute and you will get 9 answer. 9. Whether this is a factor of 30? 9 is not a factor of 30. So this option is correct. Second option is correct. Which of the following factor is cannot be factor of 30? Second option is correct. 9 is not a factor of 30. Next, just see the third option. So which one? A plus B. 1 plus 2 is nothing but you will get 3. 3 is a factor of 30. So which option is correct? Option second is correct. Option second only. So which option is correct? Option B is correct. I hope all of you understood this type of problem. So any doubt, if you can directly ask with me. Okay. Next question. The integer a is less than -1 and integer d is greater than 1. So integer a is less than 1, less than -1. Integer a is less than -1 and integer d is greater than 1 if b is between -1 to 0 and c is 0 to 1. Then which of the following must be a greatest negative number you have to determine. So which is the greatest negative number? A is less than 1, less than -1. A is less than -1 and the integer d is greater than 1. Integer d is greater than 1 and b value in between -1 to 0, c value in between 0 to 1. Then which of the following must be greatest negative number? Which of the following greatest negative number you are getting? So first consider the case of b and c. B is in between -1 to 0. Why? Because all option is B and C. Okay, B and C. Okay, close together as possible. Okay, why? Because B is in between -1 to 0, C is in between 0 to 1. Okay, close together as possible. Pick the number, say B is equal to -0.01. So B should be in between -1 to 0, right? So choose the value of B is equal to -0.01 and C is in between 0 to 1. So choose the value, smallest value just to choose close to this value, and close to this value. Okay, so I will choose -0.01 and C is equal to 0.01 and B minus C. So just to find out B minus C is how much? -0.02, -0.02. So that is nothing but -0.01 minus of 0.01 is nothing but -0.02. So that is nothing but greatest. You have to determine the greatest negative number. Okay, greatest negative number when B and C are close together. Okay, when B and C are close together, then B and C is a negative number very close to 0. Okay, now consider the case of B and C are far apart as possible. So far apart is nothing but, so this is first case, we close to 0, that value is close to 0, then apart from the 0. So you just choose the B is equal to 0.99, that is nothing but it should be in between -1 to 0, right? So just to choose the value B is equal to -0.99 and C is equal to, it is close to 1, right? So 0.99. Okay, then you can consider just substitute, you will get -1.98. So when B and C are so far apart as possible, B minus C is just above -2. Okay, is close to -2. So -2 is the greatest value. So which one is greatest negative number here? You can just try for other number also. So similar way you can try for other number also. You will get B as a correct answer. B as a correct answer. So just try for other option, and which one is close to -2? Just check. So I think no one is coming nearest to -2. So which option is correct? Option B is correct. So first choose nearest to close 0. So B should be in between -1 to 0. C should be in between 0 to 1. Okay. So here C in negative place, so that you will get greatest negative number. Okay, so second case I will choose B is equal to -0.99 and C is equal to 0.99. So greatest number here, greatest number, for number. So then you will get B minus C as close to -2. So no one option gives is equal to or less than, all value should be less than -2 only. So which option is correct? Option B is correct. Option B is correct. You can try for other also. So the A is less than -1. A is less than -1. You can choose, but -1 is nothing but -2. If you can choose -2 minus of minus plus. So you will get positive answer only. You will get positive answer only. So D is greater than 1. So D, where is the place of D? Here. So greater than 1. You can choose, if you choose 3. So here 3. So B is also in negative only. So negative minus negative, you will get a different answer, so that is also not possible. So option B is correct. So in a set S of consecutive integer from 1 to 10 inclusive, so inclusive meaning is the 10 is also included, 10 is also included. So but here 0 is not included. 1 to 10, 10 is inclusive, 10 is also inclusive. D is the subset of all odd numbers, M is the subset of all prime number. D is a subset of all the odd numbers, M is a subset of all prime number, and Q is a subset of all numbers whose positive square root is also a member of set S. If D is an element of D, M is the element of M, and Q is the element of Q, which of the following could be a true? So this is the option. So you have to find out which option is correct. So D is nothing but what? It is a subset of odd numbers in between 1 to 10. So odd number is nothing but 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, that is a odd number. So next M. M is a subset of prime number. Prime number in between 1 to 10. That is nothing but 2, 3, 5, 7. 2, 3, 5, 7. That is a prime number. And Q is equal to what? Q is a subset of all numbers whose positive square root. So positive square root. So 1 square root is 1 and square root of 4 is 2 and square root of 9 is 3. So positive square root of number. Okay, Q. So then, so M is equal to 2. So take any value of M and Q and find out D. Okay, so I will take M. M is equal to 2 and Q is equal to 4. Okay, Q is equal to 4. So what happens? 4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So take this this one, take this equation. So in this Q is, you choose any value of Q as well as M. I will choose M is equal to 2. M is equal to 2. Q is equal to 4. So 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. It is not there in D. So 2 is, whether this value is there in D, so it is not there, it is not there. Okay, then choose the value of M is equal to 3. M is equal to 3 and Q is equal to 9. Okay, Q is equal to 9. So 9 divided by 3, 9 divided, Q is 9 and M is equal to 3 and equal to what? 9 by 3 is how much? 3. So 3, whether this number is there in D or not, just check. So D, it is there, 3 is there. So this is satisfy the equation. So which option is correct? B. Similarly, you can try for the other option also. Choose the value of M as well as Q and find out the square root, and you will get one value. That answer should be there in D. If it is not there, that option is not correct. So here I choose the M value is 3 and Q value is 9. So then Q divided by M, Q divided by M, Q is 9 divided by 3 is equal to, you will get answer 3. 3 is there in D. Okay, so that will exactly matches. So which option is correct? Option B is correct. So next one. So if 1 by 64 to the power of x is equal to 4096, what is the value of x? So these are the option. So you have to determine the option, which option is correct. So based on the option, you just choose the option. Okay, any option you can choose. So I will choose minus 2 as x, minus 2 as x. This is a this type of problem you should use the trial and error method. Other method is very difficult to solve by taking log on both sides. That way also you can do it, but it is very difficult. But very simple method is taking this option. So I will choose minus 2 as x. So 1 by 64 to the power of minus 2 is equal to, what happens? 64 goes to numerator. So this negative sign goes, negative sign becomes plus. So 64 square. So 64 into 64, that is nothing but 4096. 4096. So that is exactly matches. So which option is correct? D option is correct. D option is correct. So once the denominator terms goes to numerator, what happens? This negative sign becomes positive. Okay, so 64 into 64, 4096, you can get the answer. So option D is correct. The length of a rectangle is twice as long as the width, and the rectangle area is greater than 72 and less than 200. So the rectangle area is nothing but length into width, length into width. So it should be greater than 72 and less than 200. Which of the following could be a length of the rectangle? But the length of the rectangle is twice as long as width. So 2L. So length is 2 times larger than width. Okay. So these are the option. So this is you have to determine the length. This is nothing but length. So if you chosen the length as 8, then width is how much? Width is 4. Okay. So here the option is given is what? The following could be a length of the rectangle. So length is exactly double the width. So if you chosen length as 8, then width is how much? 4. So how to determine the rectangle? 8 into 4. 8 fours are how much? 32. That is a less than 72. That is not possible. Next to go for the second options, 12. 12 is length is nothing but the 12 is nothing length, then the width is how much? 6. 12 6 are how much? So 12 6 are 72. That is exactly matches, but here they mention the rectangle area is greater than 72, not equal to 72, greater than 72. So then take 16. So here exactly 72, then 16. 16 is nothing but the width is how much? 8. So width is 8. So 16 8s are how much? So first choose 12. 12 into 6 how much? 12 into 12, if you choose 12 as a length, then width is 6. Then the rectangle area is how much? 72. If you choose 20 as a length, then the width is 10. So 20 into 10 is 200. That is also not possible. Why? Because that value should be less than 200. So this as well as this option is not possible. Then choose 16. 16 into 8. So 16, if you choose 16 as a length, then width is 8, exactly half. 16 is a 128. That should be in between 72 and the 200. 72 and 200. So which option is correct? 16 is the correct answer. Option C is correct. I hope all of you understood. 12 is not possible, 20 is not possible. Why? Because that should be in between 72 to 200, less than 200, greater than 72 and less than 200. So 16 is a correct answer. In a certain beanbag games, player toss beanbags at a board with a hole in it. If the beanbag falls on into a hole, the player scores 5 points. So if it is beanbag falls on into the hole, then player scores 5 points, and beanbag that lands on the board but miss the hole worth 2 points. If a toss miss the board entirely, then 1 point is deducted from the player score. Juliana had 20 toss and missed the board with 3 throws. Okay, so her total score was 52. How many times did she toss the beanbag into the hole? How many times you have to find out. So these are the option. How many times did she toss the beanbag into the hole? That you have to determine. So in a certain beanbag games, the player toss beanbag at a board with a hole in it. If the beanbag falls into the hole, so directly falls into the hole, then the point is how much? 5 points. If the beanbag that lands on the board but misses the hole, then the point is how much? 20 points. If the toss misses the board entirely, board as well as hole, miss the board as well as hole, then 1 point is deducted from the player score. Okay, so how many times toss? 20 times tossed, and here already given. So missed how much? Missed the board is how much? 3 throws, and total score was how much? 52. Total score is 52. How many times did she toss the beanbag into the hole? That you have to find out. Total point is how much? 52. The falls into a hole. If it is falls into a hole, then she will get 5 points. Lands on board but miss the hole, then she will get 2 points. Miss the board entirely, then 1 point will be deducted. 1 point will be deducted. Okay. Then total toss is how much? 20 tossed. 20 times toss. then miss the board is how much? 3 times. So miss the board. So how much score is deducted? 3 score. Why? Because 1 point is deducted if it is missed board entirely. So entirely board is how much? 3 times is already missed. So that 3 point is already deducted. Okay. So you have to 3 times is already thrown and 3 is already missed. So total toss is 20. 20 minus 3 is how much? 17. So remaining is 17 tosses is available. So out of 20, 3 throws is already missed. Okay, 3 throws is already missed, and remaining is how much? 17 throws. 17 throws is available. So the missed throws, you have to add the points. Why? Because that point is subtracted, deducted. So you have to add the total score. You have to add the total score. So that is nothing but 52 plus 3, you will get 55. You have to add score to the 52, then 52 plus 3, you will get 55. Okay, so why? Because 3 is already missed. So if she missed, then 1 point is deducted to the total score. So that is nothing but 52 plus 3, 53. And in that 20 toss, 3 is already missed. So remaining is how much? 17 toss. And 3 is already deducted. So that deducted score you have to add to the total score. That is nothing but 55. Actual score is 55. In that 3 score is already deducted. Why? Because she missed 3 throws. Okay. Next what happens? So take here, see here option is there. So that is nothing but 7. I will choose 7. 7 is nothing but she tossed the bin bearing into the hole. Okay. So how many directly hole is false? So I will choose 7. In that 17 I will choose 7. 7 is directly falls onto the hole. What is the points? 5 points. So that 7 into 5, how much? 35 falls into a hole. Okay, so she will get how much points? 35 points. So 7 is already directly falls onto the hole. So that 7 into 5, 5 points for the each hole. So that she will get 35 falls into a hole. Then remaining is how much? So 17 minus 7, remaining is how much? 10. So that is not falls on the hole but lands on the board. So not falls on the board, not falls on the hole but lands on the board. What is the point? 2 points. So 10 into 2, how much? 20. So total is how much? So lands on the board but miss the hole. Okay, so that is nothing but 20. So directly falls on 35 points and lands on board but not falls on the hole. That is 20 points. Total 35 plus 20, that is 55. That 55 is exactly matches to this answer. That 55 is exactly matches to this answer. So which option is correct? Option C is correct. Option C is correct. So here total point is 52. So here they directly mention the miss the board with the 3 throws. So that 3 point is deducted. That deducted point is added to the total score. So that 52 plus 3, 55 total point. And 3 is already done out of 20 toss. So 20 minus 3 is 17. So next, after that, what is the next step? 7 into so here option is there. So option is tells that how many times did she toss the bean bag into the hole. So I will choose out of 17, I will choose 7. 7 for directly hole. So 7 into 5. 7 into likewise you trial and error method you should follow out of 17. So I will choose 7 as directly falls on the board. Then you will get 35. And remaining thing is how much? 10. So out of 17 minus 7 is already over. So remaining thing is 10. So then 10 into 2. So you will get 20. So 35 plus 20 is how much? 55. That is nothing but exactly matches to this answer. If it is not matching, then use other option. Choose other option. Trial and error method you should follow. Then you will get the final answer. This here in this problem option C is correct. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any doubt in first chapter problem solving, please ask me directly. Thank you one and all.